Above Nation, what's going on? We got two really big pieces of news today. First, involving Preston Hodge. We'll get into that. And then another offensive lineman that we have scheduled to visit, I believe, this weekend. Somebody who was a former teammate with Emmanuel Pregnon. I think this is going to be pretty interesting to monitor and to watch. Of course, y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, subscribe as we get going. Let's get to it. So, this is something that I think a lot of us have speculated for a while now with the new JUCO rule not counting towards NCAA eligibility for this next coming year. Preston Hodge is returning for a final year of college football. Credit to Scott Proctor for putting this out. It is a repost from Preston Hodge's Instagram where he's saying, hey, he's got unfinished business. He's coming back for one more year. Hey, I love to see it because he's also going to be reunited, right, with his former quarterback at Liberty, Caden Salters. So, yeah, I love to see this move. I'll bring up his PFF stuff here really quickly, and we can just recap his year that he had. But I think, again, really solid slot corner, and I think does have NFL potential, but I think coming back for a final year is going to serve him really, really well. You can see here 6 foot, 195 pounds, 60.6 coverage grade. He had 35 tackles on the year, gave up 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but 4 pass breakups as well. So let's see him have his best year yet, shall we? Of course, at Liberty, he was very, very good his final year at Liberty. Y'all remember one of the highest graded coverage corners from PFF coming into the transfer portal last year, and I thought he was great in the slot for us. Again, mainly a slot corner. Played 10 snaps on the outside. Some of that was against Kansas State, I believe, but he's a slot corner. So we have DJ McKinney, Preston Hodge, and Colton Hood, and Colton Hood as kind of those 3 main DBs, starting DBs, cornerbacks. We'll see who else kind of comes into the room. We definitely need some depth there, but this is wonderful now that this is officially a thing, officially official. And then we also have former Ole Miss offensive lineman Mana Taimani, who played 11 games with Wyoming from 2020 to 2021 before going to JUCO. He was at Ole Miss the past couple years. He's played in a total of 16 games, offensive lineman. So former teammate with Emmanuel Pregnon when they were over there at Wyoming. Maybe that's a connection. He is not listed at 6'5", 305 pounds. At least on PFF, he is listed here. Let me pull it up at 6'4", 345 pounds. So that's awesome to see. Hopefully he becomes a buff. Been a rotational guy, hasn't played a lot of snaps. So this isn't somebody that I would initially say this guy slots in here as a starter for us, as opposed to Zy Chrysler, who we talked about earlier this week coming from Illinois. I think he's going to be that right guard, but maybe he comes in and he's able to surprise, find himself as that starting left guard. But I hope we're still going after Pregnon. I think he would be great. And then I totally forgot about this. We do have Texas A&M transfer Aki Ogunbaye. I'll get it down eventually. He could play guard or right tackle as well. Very well could be a starter for us too. So I think the way that I kind of see this is like depth. Somebody that can add depth with Tyler Brown, Kareem Harden, those guys. And those guys might be able to compete for a starting guard position with Taimani if we don't make any more of those big time offensive line moves. But this is going to be an interesting one to monitor, no doubt about it. Again, when he was teammates with Emmanuel Pregnon, that's just something to keep an eye on. And I love the fact that we're going after big offensive linemen. Do I have any idea, guys, right now who our offensive line coach is? I have no idea, but I imagine there's some great momentum with all the visits that we've had come out here. Would have been nice to grab one of those tackles that we had visit last weekend, but it is what it is. Again, a key Ogunbaye could have been very well could be better than any of those guys who visited last weekend. So, y'all, let me know your thoughts in the comments. How do you look at these pieces of news? Preston Hodge coming in here for one more year, as well as Mana Taimani coming in for a visit. I love it, and but again, I don't think that there's going to be high expectations from me if he commits to the Buffs on exactly what he can do. Let's see what he can do. But when you've only played 40 something snaps or so in FBS college football, I'm just not going to come out here and say starter, right? So, y'all let me know your thoughts. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'll be back again soon, as always, y'all. Let's go Buffs.